ladies and gentlemen. It is a big, wild, scary world out there. And here we stand, folks, al pie del cañón, ready for anything. I'm Rob Grams, and you're listening to...
The ProBoh Show!
How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome live to the ProBoh Show. Those of you who are here live, it's currently 8 p.m. Central European Time. How are you doing, guys? It's awesome to see you tonight. Wow, we have a great audience already. We have Pedro here. Pedro from Instagram. He's stolen my heart. Today, I'm going to read out his comment, something he sent me on Instagram today, which is so insightful. You're going to get one of these.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
And then you're going to get another one after I've read the comment. Because, I was fake news yesterday, friends. I was fake news. But more on that in a second. So we've got Pedro here. We've got Mama Bo here, first time in a while. How are you doing, Mama Bo? We've got The Bridge. We've got Coco Lavender. We've got, Trusky. Obviously, the gang is all here. Close the doors, guys. No one else gets in. No one else gets in. We've got the best, the highest quality people here right now. Leave a crack open for Nuriatam and Ravdos and a few of us. Okay, so what have we got coming up in the show? Let me tell you guys. Two delectable complete the news bits. We're going to talk about football today. We're going to talk about FIFA. You know I'm a football expert. I know nothing about football. But anyway, one of the complete the news articles is about football, and we're also going to look at an emergency room in California. And then in 100 Humans, we're going to ask about motivational posters. You know what I'm talking about. Those posters that human resources put up around the office to make everyone feel inspired and work harder. We're going to talk about those guys. Motivational posters. But all that fun is for the second half. In the first half, we had a request. A request came in on Instagram. It was actually before I released I asked for everyone's unpopular opinions. It was actually the request that made me think, oh, why don't I just do other people's unpopular opinions? So we're going to debate that today. We've brushed on it a few times, but we're actually going to get it over and done with today. But before all that fun, guys, I'm here, you're here. Let's look at what's going on in the world today. Well, before we get into that, you know what? We're going to go directly to Pedro's insightful information. So remember yesterday we were talking about daylight saving time being abolished, okay, and that we should stick to standard time. Well, I actually asked you guys, do you prefer daylight standard time, hora de verano, or do you prefer standard time, hora de invierno? And you guys said daylight standard time is the better of the two. And Nuriatam, God, I wish she was here right now to hear this. Nuriatam said, I heard that if we didn't change the hour, that by 10 o'clock by 10 a.m. it would still be dark, or something like that. And I said, no, that's not true, because in England it's further north. And we never had, and it was never dark at that time. Or it was maybe dark at that time, but because Spain is further south. I can't remember what I said. You can't expect me to remember all the crap that falls out of my mouth, guys. Come on. She said about Galicia. Exactly, Coco. Thank you. Inspirational quote. Take courage. We are releasing the lions. Thank you, Gandalf. So thank you, Coco. Yeah, she was talking about Galicia. So Pedro reached out to me on Instagram with an amazing, insightful, and it's true because it's in the West. Okay. Look, Coco and Pedro are making me feel like an idiot. Granted, that's not very hard to do, but here we go. So this is from Pedro of Instagram, as he will forever be known. First of all, we need to consider that here in Spain, the official time is already artificially shifted one hour forward. More than 95% of the Spanish territory is located within the GMT time zone, which is completely true. Right now in Spain, it should be 7 o'clock like it is in the UK. But it's not. We're not going to get into that. I believe it was a Franco-era decision. Well, we're not going to get into that. But this is fact. If you look on the map, Spain is actually a little bit further west in comparison to the UK. Also true. Particularly the region of Galicia. So when you said that the UK during this time, the sun usually rises about 9:30, you should consider that here in Spain, it's actually 10:30. In Galicia, which is further west than Scotland, if we kept the daylight saving time during the winter, the sun would really rise around 10ish, which I experienced only when I lived in Finland. But again, that was Finland, so I was supposed to suffer that. Brilliant. Brilliant vocabulary, man. In fact, you're getting a...
What? Que nivelazo.
All the nivelazos and all the approved here. This is awesome. Another interesting point is that people normally associate daylight saving time with the summer. Here it's even called horario de verano. And standard time with winter, horario de invierno. Which creates a misperception that there is more light in daylight saving time, which is obviously not true. Those are my two late 2 cents for the discussion, and cheers. Wow, guys.
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
You know, I don't claim to be an educator, but Pedro, you blew me away with that today. Amazing. Amazing stuff. Legal disclaimer, Rob talks out of his ass. True story. Thank you, Gandalf, for spreading the truth. Yes, it was a Franco decision. Thank you, Pedro. Yes, Pedro, to have the same time as Germany and the rest of Europe. Yeah. And odd because, the time zone should be the same as it is in the UK. But you know, they left. Brexit happened, so now they have their own time zone. We don't want your European time. Oh, whatever. Do you know, I made a controversial prediction yesterday. I said within 3 years, the UK will ask to come back to the European Union and adopt the euro. Let's see if it happens. The clock is ticking. So within 3 years, I said that yesterday, so it would be by 2025. November 2025. Let's see. You know, if that happens, this show deserves to go viral. They asked the bridge. Yes, the they that runs the country. No worries, Pedro, and thank you for your insightful input. It means the world when you guys reach out to me with this kind of thing. Again, I spout a lot of opinion, and that's basically what this show is about. Just to offer some shades of grey into the way everyone thinks. I like to be devil's advocate, el abogado del diablo, as you say in Spanish. It's my thing. I like to do it because it doesn't bother me if you get angry. Again, it happened on YouTube. Someone called me a bigot again. Well, not a bigot. They weren't that eloquent. It was something much worse. But that was from Pedro. Thank you, Pedro. Dude, awesome stuff. All right. What else has been going on in the world? Oof. What do we talk about? Did you know that Paul Weller, you know Paul Weller, right? From the former singer from The Jam. This is very British music. I don't know if you know who Paul Weller is. I know you know who The Cure, Robert Smith, is. You know, I know everyone knows who The Cure are. Well, did you know that Paul Weller and Robert Smith have beef, as they say in the US? They don't like one another, or at least Paul Weller doesn't like Robert Smith. And this came to a head today, or a few days ago, in an interview. I can't read out exactly what Paul Weller said because of censorship. I'll read out what I can. The former Jamson... okay, so in the interview, they compared a Noel Gallagher song to a Cure song. And Paul Weller said this: "Really? I don't know about that. I can't ducking stand them. Ducking fat cat with his lipstick and all that bullocks." Which is a male cow, bullocks. Ducking fat cat with his lipstick and all that bullocks. He's my age as well, isn't he? He went on. And yeah, and Paul Weller went on to deride, to really rip into Robert Smith. And I've done a lot of digging today, and I can't find the reason why. The closest to a reason I can find is an interview, because I think the Jam considered themselves a punk band, and Robert Smith said in a 1985 interview that punk wasn't a political movement, it was just entertainment. And it was either that or that The Cure used some of the Jam's equipment in a recording studio, or maybe Paul Weller just doesn't like The Cure. I don't know. Was it me that called you a bigot? Asked Gandalf. No, it was another person. Ducking as in crouching, exactly. Thank you, Bridge. So yeah, that's on the menu today. Paul Weller and Robert Smith. Apparently there is beef there. There are arguments between the two musical greats. But I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to concentrate on that. What I want to talk about today, guys, is Sesame Street enjoying its 50th anniversary. I think it's its 50th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. I think 1972 was when the show debuted. I'm recalling this from memory, so it could be I could be way off there. No, I'm completely wrong. More than 50 years. Beginning in 1969 in the United States, Sesame Street is a creation of the Children's Television Workshop, CTW, which broadcast on the public service channel in the States, PBS. And as we all know, those iconic characters created by Jim Henson. You know the ones I'm talking about. Kermit the Frog, Bert and Ernie. You guys have a special name for Bert and Ernie. The two guys that live with each other. What is that name? Dude, I knew this. Oh, you have a special name for Bert and Ernie, Kermit the Frog, Big Bird, but the Cookie Monster, the Monster de los Galletas, I don't know what you call it in Spanish. Elmo. Well, that started today in 1969. And what a wonderful thing, giving education to kids for many, many years. But I want to play a game, friends. This is that moment where I turn into the guy from the Jigsaw from that horror series, the Saw. All right, here we go. Over the years, Sesame Street has had many, many guests. I'm going to give you some names, and I want you to say true or false. Kermit is Gustavo. Thank you. Gustavo Urano. I like it. Okay. So true or false? Get ready, guys. Was Donald Trump a guest on Sesame Street? True. Donald Trump was a guest on Sesame Street. True or false? True or false? El Monstruo de los Galletas. Thank you, Bridge. Oh my God, you're going to get...
Vaya nivelazo.
True or false? Rosie Graham says true. La Rana. Wow, Bridge, you're correcting everything. Gandalf says true. The Bridge says true. Okay. False. He wasn't. Why is my sound effects not working? Boo. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. He was actually parodied on the show as Ronald Grump, voiced by Joe Pesci. Okay, next. Ricky Gervais. Was Ricky Gervais from The Office, British comedian, famous for being, a little bit insulting, a shock comic. Was Ricky Gervais a guest on Sesame Street? Mama Bo says true. See, you're all too nervous to answer now. You're all too nervous to reply. I salute Mama Bo and her bravery. Was Ricky Gervais a guest? Mama Bo, well done. Ronald Grump, not you, Rob. No. It was Donald Trump. Yes, Mama Bo, correct. Ricky Gervais was a guest. All right. We shall continue. We shall continue. So true. Mama Bo gets the point. Okay, next. Chris Brown. The R&B hip-hop artist famously known for beating up Rihanna. Nasty man. Was he a guest? Was he a guest on Sesame Street? True or false? Woo! Rosie Graham says false. He was not a guest. There's no way they'd put Chris Brown. Oof. Look at you all thinking. See, I'm making you work today before we even get to the unpopular opinion. Look at that. The bridge says true. Would they put Chris Brown? Well, I don't know, eh? I don't know. Okay, the answer is, Chusky says true. The answer is indeed true. Well done. I wish my sound effects were working, man. This would be the perfect moment for some applause. The answer is true. Well done. Chris Brown was there, but they later edited him out of the episode, I believe. Okay, so well done. There you go. True. Okay, next one. Kanye West. Yeah. Famously anti-Semitic and being cancelled for being anti-Semitic. Was Kanye West a guest on Sesame Street? Mama Bo says false. Woo! Yeah. And Yeezy. I don't know. I don't know. Why would he change his name to just Y-E? Yeah. Because that doesn't say yeah to anyone. That just says yeah. It's just like a lazy way to say yes. Whatever. Rosie Graham says false. Trusky says, well, everyone's saying false. Everyone's saying false. Was Kanye West on Sesame Street? You got it, guys. He indeed was not on Sesame Street. Okay, next. Charlie Sheen. Charlie Sheen. You all know Charlie Sheen from 2.5 Men, from Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2. The man with a penchant for cocaine and prostitutes. Was Charlie Sheen a guest on Sesame Street? I've got tiger blood. So what do you think? Okay, Rosie Graham says true. Bridge, everyone's saying true. You're all saying true. Was he? Was he a guest? Sorry, folks. Sorry, folks. He was not. Next. Okay, this will make this the last one and we'll move on. Okay, next one. Last one. Was Ice Cube. Was Ice Cube famous for NWA, if you know what that acronym means? F the police, duck the police. Famous song that made them famous, NWA. The rapper Ice Cube, was he a guest on Sesame Street? What do you think? What do you think? Okay, we've got a true, we've got a false. Okay, we've got a few trues, few false. True, Chusky and Rosie. Okay, seems like true is the leader here. Ice Cube, was he a guest on Sesame Street? Well done, guys. He indeed was a guest on Sesame Street. He told Elmo about astounding things. About astounding things. What astounding things? I don't know. That's all that. That's all that Wikipedia is telling me. So there you go. Well done. We just played a little game there, friends. We just played a little game. Do you want to know more about Sesame Street, or do we go into the unpopular opinion? I mean, it has. I'm a massive fan of Sesame Street. I think it's been a gift not only to the States but to the entire world, but it's not been without controversy throughout the years. I mean, many would argue it has the first homosexual couple on TV, being Bert and Ernie. Like, as a kid, you don't even register, do you? Like, they're just roommates that sleep together. I mean, are they gay? Are they not gay? We don't care as kids. I mean, I don't care as an adult, I'll be honest, but Bert and Ernie. But no, there have been actual controversies. Like, Katy Perry was on the show in 2010, and there was apparently a slew of complaints because people said that her outfit was way too revealing. And to be fair, she was wearing a kind of corset to go on a kids show. But then again, people will complain about everything. People complained about the Cookie Monster. When childhood obesity became a real touchstone issue in the States, in 2005, the Cookie Monster started to eat vegetables. People even complained about Elmo and his the way he speaks. Like, we're teaching kids bad habits here. I mean, he should speak with proper grammar. And I like how PBS addressed this. They said Elmo is a 3-year-old, so he's still learning the language. Great, right? And then there was that time where famously their YouTube channel was hacked, and all their videos got replaced with hardcore pornography. You can actually search for that. They worked with Google and YouTube and restored all the content, but that was actually something that happened. Anyway, I don't want to take up any more time with this because we've got this unpopular opinion coming up is a request. So without any further ado, let's go there right now.
Unpopular opinion.
Sesame Street, man. Sesame Street. It's just one of the greatest shows on earth, man. It's just one of the greatest shows on earth. Rob, you really do love being silly, don't you? Yes, I do. It is my number one hobby. Pasatiempo. Okay, is he the Carrot Monster now? I think he's called the same thing. I think he's still called the Cookie Monster. It would be a shame if they changed his name. Okay, today's unpopular opinion. Again, the person who wrote to me asked to remain anonymous. So, well, they didn't originally, but after yesterday's show, they said, oh, by the way, can I be anonymous too? So I said, okay. It is paying $8 for Twitter verification. Is it good or bad? Is it good or bad? Guys, I'm not going to decide this. We're deciding this for one of our listeners. Is it good or bad? You're going to decide, but I will obviously offer my opinion right now. Good morning, Sasha. Welcome. Okay, let's go. I have a feeling my internet's going a little badly tonight, so I apologize if things are dropping. Okay, let's see. Verification. Is it fair to charge €8 for verification? Or $8? Let's think about why verification exists. Okay, the idea of verification was so that it was impossible or much harder to pretend to be a celebrity or a government official. So Twitter launched the blue check, so you knew that account was verified. So that was a true source of information. It's not fair. Is celebrities and famous people getting it for free? That's not fair. I would say it is, but whatever. We'll keep on going. So verification existed for that reason. Okay, so you're a famous person, so no one can claim to be you. The verification came to be. Doesn't charging $8 so anyone can be verified kind of defeat the purpose of verification? Much to that point, actually, a bunch of celebrities pretended to be Elon Musk, and Elon Musk banned the accounts. Verified celebrities, Kathy Griffin being one of them. So there's so basically the idea of paying for verification kind of flies in the face of why verification exists. To get a verified account, you need to upload an official document saying you are who you say you are, provide links and things like that. When you pay for verification, when you pay for the blue check, none of that is, you don't undergo any of that. In fact, if you click the blue check now, there is a little pop-up that shows up that says this is a person of import, this is a person from politics or celebrity. If you click one of someone who's paid for it, it says this person is verified because they've bought verification. They've bought Twitter Blue. And that extra step for me is just ridiculous. It's basically an aesthetic thing. It means nothing. But here we go. Does it really mean anything? Because apparently verified accounts get better reach than non-verified accounts. What do I mean by that? Reach is how far your posts extend, how many people get to see what it is you post. So Elon is running on a freedom of speech kind of. He's not running for anything. He's just bought a company, but his ideal, or the ideal that he has communicated in his purchase of Twitter, is that he wants freedom of speech. Elon, if you pay people, if people pay you for their speech to be easier to listen to, easier to be found, then that's hardly free speech, is it? That's pay to play. Don't people deride that in video games? Pay to win. I mean, that's essentially what you're doing, pay to win. But I will say, it is no different from what Facebook do. Boosting posts, It's no different from what Instagram does, boosting posts. It's just a different way of boosting. I read a really interesting thing saying the great thing about paying for verification is that you are no longer the product. Because on most social media platforms, your attention is the product. But you're still the product if you're having to pay to be heard. But look, it doesn't matter what I say on this issue, guys. What matters are your opinions. I will say this. Twitter is less useful because it's charging for verification. That seems like a hot point, and I have no facts to back that up, but I will after the commercial break, guys, and we are running up to that commercial break right now. I am going to post the poll in the chat. I would like you to vote. Is paying for Twitter verification a good thing or a bad thing? Let me know, guys, in the chat. Friends, so many things you could have been doing on this beautiful, beautiful day. Instead of doing those things, you decided to take the time to spend some time with me, and it means the world. See you soon. Hey, guys, if you'd like to support the show, you can do so on Patreon. That's patreon.com/professional bohemian. There you'll find VODs of the episodes as they are recorded live, blogs, vlogs, and behind-the-scenes content. If you'd like to watch the show live, you can do so on twitch.tv/professional bohemian, and you can participate in the polls we use in the show on Instagram @professional bohemian or Twitter @ProBoh, ProBoh. Okay, on with the show.
The ProBoh Show!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. You're listening to the ProBoh Show. It's currently 8:40 here in Central European time. Welcome back to the show. If you've just tuned in the first half of the show, we spoke about beef, some kind of drama or problem between Robert Smith of The Cure and Paul Weller from The Jam. Yeah. Some strong words spoken by Mr. Weller there. Crazy. And then we spoke about PBS's favourite or amazing educational program, Sesame Street, celebrating Sesame Street Day today. I believe it's the anniversary of their program. And then we went into today's unpopular opinion, which was with relation to paying $8 for Twitter verification. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? I will tell you now that on Twitter itself, when I release the poll, if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's @ProBoh. Or if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's @Professional Bohemian, Bohemio Profesional, but in English, or Bohemio, my bad pronunciation. On Twitter, it was 50-50. It was an even split. On Instagram, 85% of people said it was a bad thing. Right now, I'm going to read some of your comments in the chat. Coco says, "But what about what is the criteria to get a blue check? Now, nothing. Now you just have to pay for it." I mean, there seem to be two kinds of blue checks: the authentic one, if you're a renowned figure, and then the one that you pay for. But they look exactly the same. The only way to identify any difference is to click on the blue check, and a pop-up shows up. But really, 9 out of 10 people aren't going to do that. So there's really no difference. Paying for it doesn't seem to be fair. No, it does not. It does not. Let's see. Paying defeats the point. Exactly. Bridge. That's what the Bridge says. Trusky says, "Believe me, guys, don't take the internet so seriously. You can't trust anything except the ProBoh Show and the Lunchtime Show." True story. You get.
ProBoh approved.
True story. ProBoh Show and the Lunchtime Show. Two excellent sources of information. Why would you need anything else? I'd rather pay for YouTube Premium and Disney Plus than a silly Twitter tick. Yeah, exactly. But you know what? There are a few brands out there, and you know what I mean? Don't forget, the Twitter tick also gives you better reach with your posts. So if you're a brand out there just starting up, maybe it's worth the investment. Who knows? I mean, it is a marketing thing again, and it doesn't really make you less of a product. It makes you equally a product. I don't know. I can't see the point in the Twitter tick. Well, just that really, but better reach, and I believe there are other benefits as well. Surely you would be in shape working from home after lockdown. Practice, says the Bridge. Spot on, says Pedro. Thank you. Thank you for putting my socials up. Sasha, you rock. Oh, you're going to get a
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
If you're not already following me, where have you been your whole life? What's the point in even having Twitter and Instagram if you're not following me? I don't know. Anyway, so what do I think? How am I going to wrap this up? Let me tell you something, guys. Twitter, for me, is now less useful than it was. It's less useful. Let me explain why. Verification added value to Twitter by letting me know that certain information was coming from credible sources. Like if I wanted to know about Kim Kardashian and what she's wearing, I didn't have to go through any kind of hoops, any kind of pink press or tabloid press. I just went to Kim Kardashian's Twitter, found the verified account, which was hers, and let her tell me about herself. I know that's a really kind of weird way of describing it, but the same thing goes for politics. You know, if I want to know what Ron DeSantis is thinking, I go to Ron DeSantis's verified Twitter account, or whoever. So the blue tick being open to everyone makes it less useful. Twitter had around 423,000 verified accounts. Now, I don't see any reason why that shouldn't double or triple. And it's going to be harder and harder to distinguish high-quality accounts from others, which just makes Twitter less useful as a source of information. Does that make sense? This decision to make verification open to everyone makes the platform less useful. However, I will say, subscription maybe isn't a bad idea for those who want to subscribe to it. Twitter Blue. But maybe something else other than the blue tick. I think verification is just too important to give away to people. That's in my mind, that's where it is. But I will say, if you don't like it, you don't have to get it. That's the best thing. If you don't like it, you don't have to get it. I mean, but I'm getting less reach than a verified account. Dude, you were always getting less reach than a verified account. The only thing is now it is less useful. It's harder to distinguish the high quality. Well, it's basically harder to distinguish the music from the noise. Do you know what I mean? But that has always been the case with Twitter. And let's face it, a lot of traditionally verified accounts weren't very reliable. They weren't. I mean, I'm thinking about Kanye West here and his anti-Semitism. Even Elon Musk tweeting that horrible conspiracy about Paul Pelosi after the attack with the hammer. I mean, even verified accounts didn't mean you were getting great information the whole time anyway. But one thing's for sure, if Twitter, and it looks like it will, because in a recent leaked document, Elon says he wants like around 50% of the company's income to come from subscriptions. And if they're going to change so drastically the base economic motivation for activity on Twitter, then people are going to use the platform differently. And it will be very interesting to see how that evolves and how Twitter evolves and how it starts being used. So yeah, there you go. Those are my thoughts. If I'm going to lean on is it a good thing or a bad thing, I'm going to say bad because I like Twitter the way it is. But in the end, it might not end up being a bad thing. You know, I'm one of those people who don't believe in, even though I do make some very black and white arguments on here, I don't actually think like that. So, if I probably won't ever get Twitter verified, or at least I won't ever pay for it. So I don't care. Again, just like Sasha, I would rather pay for Netflix. Anyway, guys, those are my thoughts. Let's go straight to 100 Humans. Oh my God, guys, a long walk to work today across snow-capped mountains and through river valleys, and on that walk I encountered 100 humans. And I asked them all a question. Today I asked them to name an animal that you see on a motivational poster. To name an animal you will always see on a motivational poster. I asked them that question. They gave me their answers. I have the 7 most popular answers right here. Your job in the chat is to identify those 7 answers. You guys know what a motivational poster is. You've seen them. Okay? Hang in there. You can do it. Productivity makes happy workers. That kind of crap. Okay, so I asked them to name an animal you see on a motivational poster. They gave me their answers. I have the 7 most popular here. Your job is to identify those 7. Let's begin. How are you doing, Hadri? Welcome to the show. Welcome. Elon is rich. He has enough to pay the people who work for him, so therefore he uses peasants. Therefore, used peasants shouldn't have to pay for it. I get what you're saying, Sasha, but I mean, I don't think he alone can afford to pay all the wages. You know, Twitter does need to stand on its own 2 feet. But it was doing quite well. I mean, I think it was profitable. Now, or maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I've never seen the books. I mean, now, according to Elon Musk, it's losing 4 million euros a day. Or dollars a day. So there you go. Okay, let's go. First answer from Momabo. So Momabo, Sasha, Chusky all say dogs. Dog is an animal you would see on a motivational poster. Puppy, dog, same thing. Is it there? Well done, guys. Guys, with let me tell you something. Momabo. That was the first answer.
ProBoh approved.
Well done. Answer number 1, straight out of the gate. Well done to Momabo, to Chusky Trusky, and to Sasha. Number 1 answer. Let's go. Sasha says a lion. A lion. Is a lion an animal you usually see on a motivational poster? Yes, it is. Well done. It's in 2nd place. Whole bunch of people said lion. Well done, Sasha. Sasha has given 2 of the correct answers so far. Okay. A bear, says Momabo. A bear. An oso. A bear. Is it there? Well done. It is the 7th place answer. A bear. You guys are on fire. Not one wrong answer yet. The bridge says a horse. A horse. Caballo. Is it there? A horse. Well done. Oh no. My bad. I made a mistake. Wah, wah, wah. That's for both me and you, Bridge. A horse is not there. Great answer. It may have been number 8, but we're only looking for the top 7. So far, you guys have got dog, lion, and bear. There are more. Let's see. Sasha says a monkey. A monkey. A mono. A monkey. Well done. It's there. Monkey is there. 4 of the 100 humans said... no, it's in 4th place. Sorry, I don't have the number of humans today. My bad. But it's in 4th place. Well done. Well done, Sasha. Pedro says tiger. Pedro says a tiger. We've had lion. We've had bear. Is tiger there? Well done. My God, you guys are on fire. You've only missed 1 answer. It's in 5th place. Tiger. Dudes. How are you doing so well on this? You guys obviously well versed in the art, in the subtle art of motivational poster making. Maybe it'll be a new line of ProBoh products. Hang in there, kitty. Okay. Sasha says an eagle. An eagle. An aguila. An eagle. Is an eagle an animal you will see on a motivational poster? Yes, it is. It's the 6th most popular answer. Sasha, well done. Eagle. All right, you guys are missing only 1. Holy cow. Coco says cheetah. Sasha said bear, that was there. Hadri says lion, that was there. A shaved chimp, says Chusky Trusky. That's a bit of a... You're going to get a...
That gets the ProBoh stamp of approval.
You know why I like that answer? I like that answer because Chusky listens to the lunchtime show. On the other day on a lunchtime show, I called myself a coolie bajo, which means I have a long torso and short legs. To describe that to our Anglo listeners, I said basically I look like a shaved chimp. Sasha says elephants, snakes. Neither of those two are there. Snakes on a motivational poster? Not very motivational. None of those are there, guys. None of those are there. Wah, wah, wah. Birds and pigs, they're not there either. Wah, wah, wah. Donkeys and monkeys, we've had that one. That was there. Good answer, Hadri. Okay, a meerkat, says Mama Bo. That's not there. I love meerkats, though. Dolphin, says The Bridge. A cow, says Pedro. Not there. None of those are there. But Mama Bo was the first to mention this animal. And I guess cheetah is kind of related. Chusky says a pussycat. The Bridge says a kitten. Is a cat an animal you would often see on a motivational poster? Yes, it is. The elusive third place answer, friends. Congrats. Guys, not just because she's my mother, not for nothing, but Mama Bo killed it today. Killed it today. Okay, let's go through the list. I asked 100 people to name an animal you would often see on a motivational poster. Here is the list, friends. In position number 7 was a bear, an oso, an animal you would see on a motivational poster. In position number 6, an eagle. An eagle is an animal you would see on a motivational poster. In position number 5 was a tiger. A tiger. Tigre, right, in Spanish. In position number 4 was a monkey, a mono. A monkey is an animal you will always see on a motivational poster. Is that right? How motivational are monkeys? I mean, I've been to zoos, and more than motivational, they are X-rated. You know what I mean? They're for adults only. I don't know if I've ever seen a motivational poster with a monkey, but whatever. Send me a link if you find one. Okay, in position number 3, yeah. 3. Thank you, 100 humans. 3 was a cat. Hang in there, kitty. That would have been my answer for that particular poster. Hang in there. Okay, in position number 2, a lion. A lion, king of the jungle. All right, and in position number 1 was a dog. Well done, Mama Bo. Being the first person to identify a dog. Oh my God, guys, you're killing it. Let's go straight to Complete the News.
Complete the news.
How are we doing, friends? We're in the Complete the News section. My personal favourite part of the show. How does this work? Very simply. I will give you a news headline. Okay? A news headline. Your job, and I will leave out some important information. Your job is to identify the missing information and thus complete the news. If you are watching today's show and you are too nervous to participate, this is your moment. Because all you have to write is A, B, or C. Okay. Are we ready, folks? This is a good one. I'm a bit nervous about doing a football thing. I'm going to be honest with you. Because the first news is about football, friends. It's about football. Your favourite sport and mine. I can't believe we're going to the World Cup. I hate it. I hate it. I get depressed around World Cup time. All right, anyway, let's do this. This is about FIFA, the football organisation, and particularly the Danish team. Okay. Okay. So what is Denmark doing that FIFA are angry about? FIFA forbids Danish World Cup team to train in blank t-shirt or shirts. FIFA forbids the Danish World Cup team to train in blank shirts. But what kind of shirts are they forbidding? Is it A, Black Lives Matter? Is it B, pro-choice? So this is a reproduction cause around abortion, so that women have the chance, they should be able to choose. Is it pro-choice, or is it human rights for everyone? A, B, or C? FIFA forbids the Danish World Cup team to train in blank shirts. Is it A, Black Lives Matter, B, pro-choice for women, or C, human rights for everyone? A, B, or C, friends? God, I can't believe we're heading into the World Cup, man, and that means I have to... Yeah, I mean, you're obliged to kind of know what's going on. Otherwise, there's no water cooler talk at work. Did you see the match last night? No. But England was playing. I don't care. I don't care. You know what I mean? They're going to get knocked out eventually. Didn't Spain win the last one or the one before last? I don't know. I don't know. I know such shamefully little about football. It's crazy. All right. So I see, no one said B, pro-choice. No one has said that. See a few A's in the chat. I think there are more C's than A's. I know, Pedro has said C twice. So it's a tie between C and A. Last one was France that won. Thank you, Coco. Thank you.
ProBoh approved.
For dropping that knowledge, making me look a little less stupid. Okay, so everybody say, well, it's a tie between A and C. So it's either Black Lives Matter or human rights for all. Let's go to a drum roll. FIFA forbids the Danish World Cup team to train in human rights for all t-shirts. Human rights for all, or pro-human rights shirts. Why is that? Well, let's dig into that piece of news right now. FIFA has rejected a bid by Denmark's World Cup team to wear pro-human rights shirts in training. The Danish Football Federation said on Thursday, the World Football's governing body dismissed the Danish request to be allowed to wear jerseys saying human rights for all. The DBU disputes that it is a political message but will comply with FIFA's decision to avoid fines and sanctions. And why is this? Well, in Qatar has faced criticism for human rights issues. And I think FIFA doesn't want to look bad during the World Cup because it is in Qatar, as most of you know, but whatever. Whatever, because it's just football. Who cares? All right, so there you go. Don't wear your human rights for all t-shirt in Qatar. Why? Because they don't respect your human rights. They'll make you take it off. I don't know. Whatever. Let's continue. Piece of news number 2. Are we ready, folks? Okay, we're going to go to California right now. We're back in the US for this one. Delicate subject in Qatar, I imagine. Pedro. Welcome back, Gandalf. Of course, for all also defeats the point. Does it? I think everyone does deserve human rights, and Qatar does have a shady history when it comes to human rights. See you later, Trusky. Okay, let's do this. Last piece of news. U.S. hospitals, so hospitals in the United States, are so overloaded, sobrecargado, or sobrecargada, I don't know, that one emergency room blank. All right. U.S. hospitals are so overloaded that one emergency room, one ER, blank. It's a tough one. Are you ready? Okay. Is it A, did they ask patients to treat themselves? Did they ask patients to treat themselves? Did they B, call 911, the emergency services number? Did they call 911 on themselves? Hi, I need a doctor. I need an ambulance, please. Who are you? We're a hospital. Or is it C, did they ask the patients to share beds? A, B, or C? US hospitals are so overloaded that one emergency room blank. No, it's not. Ask George Clooney to reprise his role. Dude, do you believe that George Clooney started off in ER? My God. So, US hospitals are so overloaded that one emergency room blank. Is it A, ask patients to treat themselves? B, call 911 on themselves? Or C, ask patients to share beds? Okay, I see a few A's. A seems to be the most popular answer. Ask patients to treat themselves. A couple of C's. Ask patients to share beds. And just one B. I salute you, Mama Bo, for saying B, being the only person to say call 911 on themselves. Do they get to choose who they share with? That would be a dream scenario. Take me to that hospital. Is Angelina Jolie in this hospital? All right, so here we go. US hospitals are so overloaded that one emergency room, one ER blank. A, B, or C? Let's get a drum roll. US hospitals are so overloaded that one ER called 911 on itself. You guys who listen to this on the radio or on the podcast will never hear the outtakes. Don't worry. So, yeah, US hospitals are so overloaded that one emergency room called 911 on itself. What the heck, says Sasha. Oh my goodness, says Hadre. True story. Although COVID-19 remains in a lull, cases remain low, hospitals across the country are in crisis amid a towering wave of seasonal respiratory illnesses, as well as longer-term problems such as staffing shortages. Pediatric beds are filling or full. People with urgent health problems are waiting hours in emergency departments, hallways, and even parking lots. And some hospitals have pitched up outdoor tents. My God. In one of the most striking examples, the emergency department of a Seattle area hospital became overwhelmed last month and called 911 for help. Friends, there you go. That's all we've got time for in today's show. I hope you had a good time, guys. I've had a lot of fun. There's so many things you could have been doing today, and instead of doing those things, you decided to spend a little time with me, and it means the world. See you next time, folks.